Welcome back to Ration Nerd, everyone. Today, we're going to be taking a little trip overseas. We're going to China. I'm not really sure what they feed their soldiers, but let me tell you what, having translated this, I'm not 100% sure China likes its soldiers, but we're going to find out here on Ration Nerd, you and me and my taste buds. So let's get into this Chinese self-heating meal. So, having translated this, I am, let's just say, I'm not really sure what to say, to be quite honest with you. Like, I'm kind of excited because I've never had one of these before, and as you guys have all seen, it's been chilling over here on the ration table this whole time. But I'm just kind of apprehensive, so let's get into it, and since I've already translated it, we'll go through the menu as we proceed along. We got a cute little tear notch here in the corner, and that just kind of lets the cat right out of the bag. Get it? Chinese food? Cat? Never mind. So let's see what what is this? Okay, this is very likely the crispy radish. So we have 15 grams of crispy radish. So I'm not 100% sure if this is the radish. This looks like it could be the radish. This could be the spicy sauce. I'm not 100% sure. I am unfortunately pretty sure what this is. These are braised quail eggs. That is less than amazing. 27 grams of braised quail egg. And what appears to be some moisture stains on the exterior of this bag, as if quail eggs weren't bad enough. It's got a stained bag. That's not even cool. And then we have a bag so we can add our water to our self-heating ration. That's pretty cool. Give you a little fill line. So, in this pouch, we have 250 grams of rice, which actually translated to miscellaneous grain rice. So I guess they weren't exactly sure what type of grains were in there. So we have our flameless ration heater in there, which I'm sure will work like a champion. So I'm going to put this back in the bag. I just wanted to see which one of the mains I was looking at. We have a tray that very likely has a utensil in there. We get to that in a sec. And we have the other part of our main, which, fun for this guy, translates to 150 grams of self-heating fish fragrant pork. So I'm not sure if this is a combination of fragrant fish and pork, or is it fish and fragrant pork? I'm not really sure. I know that if there's fish in it, I'm not going to be real happy about it, but fish fragrant pork stuff. And then this must be the tomato egg flour soup. And by flour, it's Flower, not Flour. So it's egg flour soup. I'm not sure if that means there's eggs and flours in it, or if there's some kind of flour that's called the egg flour. Absolutely zero clue. So let's crack into this accessory kit. So here we have a tray for eating. Looks like we have a toothpick with a little Chinese smiley face on it. That's always pretty cool. A little smiley Chan man. We have a pretty crappy spoon, to be honest with you. You know, it's way better than a Russian spoon, but I wouldn't bend it too much or I think it's just going to snap. And it's certainly made for small people. I mean, I have pretty big hands, and that's kind of a little baby spoon. So, okay. We have a spoon. And then we have a napkin. So, no TP for you. No drink for you, unless you consider soup a drink. And we have this little tray, which I'm not really sure how I feel about trying to stick 250 grams of rice in that little paper tray. But that was it inside of this ration. It's a bummer they put the tear notch on that side. Kind of messes up my wallpaper project, ripping up the whole side of the ration. I guess I should have known better. But that's where the tear notch was. Alright, so we will get this mess out onto a tray. I'll be right back. Okay, everyone. This stuff is out on the tray. Let's get these flameless ration heaters going, see if we can't get this stuff heating up. That is certainly the first order of business here. So we need to get our pre-measured water in this nifty little bag. I will say that having this bag that pre-measures the water is actually a really cool idea. I cannot hate on the Chinese for doing it. It kind of takes the guesswork out of getting your FRH heated properly. Just having a device to measure your water instead of just eyeballing it. I kind of like that, to be honest. Other than the exterior packaging, which looked really neat, that's the only thing I can say I like about this ration so far, is the ability to measure my water for the flameless ration heater. I'm hoping that changes as the rest of this gets out onto the tray. You never know. Braised quail eggs might be amazing. Maybe I'm just not giving them the credit they really deserve. Somehow I feel like that's not going to be the case, but we're just going to have to find out because they're chilling over here just waiting. We'll bring in a rock or something to let those lay up against. Get our second portion of water measured out here. Ooh. That's crazy. Listen to that. Ooh. Take off. That is a pretty awesome ration heater, I must say. That is... I'm a bumble tard, I swear. At least everything was in the package this time. Yeah. That ought to make for a good slow-mo. I like the bag right up until the point where I couldn't operate it, and then I was like, ah, that bag. That is totally my fault for being a bumbletard. So that's that. Well, I guess I'll just get my ration tray a little extra clean while we're waiting on this second ration heater to take off, which... after the performance of that first ration heater, I have no doubt that that one's about to go crazy. And there's ration heater number 2 taken off. Ah! Alright, now that we've rectified our moisture problem, we didn't cure the bumbletard hands problem, but we have that nice little toothpick. I figure since I got the packaging wet, I would get that out onto the tray. We might need that. So let's start checking out the rest of this stuff while those flameless ration heaters are doing their thing. So this is going to be your 20 grams of pickled veggies. I am really not excited about these. I'm going to have to be honest. That looks hideous. It doesn't smell bad. It smells kind of like sauerkraut, which I like a lot. So if it's anything like sauerkraut, I'm going to be into it, because sauerkraut's not hideous. It looks really hateful in that little package, but you know, that just is what it is. Oh, does not look attractive. It does not look attractive. It does, however, look like a little bit like sauerkraut, which I'm okay with. So I'm not here just to instantaneously hate on this ration. I am absolutely apprehensive about it. However, I'm going to give it a day in court. You know, I've had some things I didn't think were going to be great and turned out to be amazing, and this could be one of those. Maybe China's doing it right with their MREs. I don't know. I mean, maybe this is just a little burst of flavor, but it doesn't look like a lot. You know, calorie-wise, this is probably not much in the way of the calorie department. and maybe just a really big salt and electrolyte boost, which, well, nothing wrong with that. Let's just get it out of the way. Let's just get a little nibble of this and see if this is even going to be worth me just trying to do anything with. We get a little peek of that. That's sexy, right? Maybe not. Okay. So, I really thought I was going to hate that. I don't. It's a lot like sauerkraut. It has a little bit more of a sweet flavor than sauerkraut does. It's definitely different. Not the worst thing I've ever tasted. Not the worst thing I've ever tasted in a ration. So, that gets a pass. Not bad. These quail eggs, though. Maybe the quail eggs are going to be just like the pickled veggies. I'm going to go, wow, these quail eggs weren't so bad. I can only hope that's the case. I'm not... let's just get them out on the tray. See what pickled quail eggs... Oh, God. Oh. That's just not okay. That... It kind of looks like popping a zit. That's really foul. Like... Oh. They just kind of pooped that onto the tray. They don't smell as bad as they look. I'll give them that. But these are not in any way, shape, or form appetizing looking. Like they have some weird stuff clinging to the outside of them. Not quite sure what that is. Take a look at that. That's just not appetizing. I mean, did they put animal testicles in a package? Because I'm going to be real salty if they did, and I found out later. You know, oh, just, wow, they're ugly. They're really ugly. I'm not going to taste those yet, because I'm just not ready. I'm just not ready to taste those. I'm sorry. They're going to have to wait, because they might just turn my stomach, and I wouldn't be able to finish the meal, and that would be pretty hideous. So, and I guess we need to make some egg flour soup. And I really have no clue what I'm in for with egg flour soup. But we are going to check it out together. This does sound a little broken up in here, so I'm going to proceed with caution. That looks kind of neat. It actually looks vaguely appetizing in there. I get a little sniff check on this block of strangeness. To be honest, that smells like stale Russian crackers. So I'm no longer afraid of it, just because I know what stale Russian crackers taste like. If this tastes like stale Russian crackers, I'll be on board. Like, no problem. Let's get all that egg flour goodness out into there. See how this rehydrates. That ought to be enough. That's pretty crazy. Ooh. Oh, it looks like egg drop soup that you would get at like a... It looks like egg drop soup, maybe a little less starchy. If you've ever had egg drop soup here in the United States. I'm not a big fan, so this just might not be for me. But I'll try to give it an honest taste just to see if it's not too bad. We'll let that rehydrate. I'll tell you what, those ration heaters are smoking hot. That's really good. Like, they're super puffy inside of there. They're really doing their thing. I'm hoping they heat these mains up really well. That would be great. Definitely got our fragrant pork fish main heated up pretty well. The rice inside of this package feels hard as a brick, though. I'm hoping that improves once we get it out of the retort. One can only hope. So we'll give those a few more minutes to heat up. Come here for a second. That's just not cool. Like, it's just weird. It's just really weird. This one is really messing with me. Like, So at least it's an egg. You can see the yolk inside of it. I mean, that's... Oof. Just, oof. Like, I don't know, guys. I'm gonna try it. I'm not... I'm really not looking forward to it. But I'm gonna give that a try. Just, well, it's here. And there's no reason not to. I think there's every reason not to. But I'm gonna do it anyway. You guys know why. It's for you guys. And a little bit for me. But mainly that. Like that was for me. This is for me. This, for me. That is just because I'm doing a YouTube channel. I might, maybe, sorta, kinda take a bite of those. If it was just me, myself, and I, and you guys weren't here, I might just leave them off to the side. Or just, like, contact, you know, all my friends and be like, hey, anybody want some braised quail eggs out of a Chinese military ration? And they would probably all say, hell no. One of them might say yes. Most of them would say hell no. So, give those ration heaters a little bit more time. Let's check out this soup. Let's see what egg flour soup is doing. It's certainly colorful, so it's pleasing to the eye. That's a good thing. The only thing that bothers me, those were dried pieces of egg in there. If they went bad at any point, this is just going to be... It's just going to be bad, like really bad. There's definitely going to be an after-action report if anything happens to me after eating this, but... I mean, I hope not. I'd like to do another ration review, but you never know, guys. This might be the last one. So I'm just going to guess here. These look like peppers, and it looks like we have red and orange peppers in there. I could be wrong. And there's definitely some green onion pieces, maybe some parsley flakes also. And that white stringy substance absolutely looks like egg to me. So that's the part that's kind of freaking me out, like a dried egg product that, you know, maybe was probably stabilized in MSG, which, meh, you know, MSG, if you're not allergic to it, it tastes pretty damn good. So let's give that a, oh, let's just go for it. Let's get a big old piece of egg. Let's just go right for the stringy egg product. I mean, it's like trying to run off this. It's like trying to get away. Maybe it's trying to tell me something. I don't know. That is just a bit odd looking. I don't know about you, but to me, that's certainly very odd looking. Not exactly my cup of tea, but let's give it a try anyway. It really doesn't smell good now that it's been rehydrated. It kind of smells like old gym socks, but we're going for it. That definitely has an egg flavor. It's really not the worst soup I've had. Quite honestly, it's better than some of the soups I've had in European and Eastern European rations. It certainly beats those. It does, however, taste a little on the stale side. I don't know if that's even accurate. I've never had this type of soup before. But it does kind of have that stale Russian cracker aftertaste to it. I hope that's not indicative of, you know, its age, or because this ration is still in date. It expires this month. However, this really isn't that bad, I have to say. It's kind of a shocker. I thought this was going to be nasty. It's really actually not. The one thing about this is that it actually has some substance. Like, it actually has something in it. So it's more than just a broth with a few little floaties in there. It's definitely interesting. I'm not a big fan of the eggs. They're not horrible, but I'm not a big fan of them. I could live without the eggs. Just give me a bunch of veggies and a broth. Well, that's 2 surprises so far. 1, the pickled cabbage, being pretty good. And egg flour soup. Strange name, not bad soup. All right, let's check out these mains. And pray that they have, and you know what, I mean, this isn't too hot to handle, but it's right there. It is almost too hot to handle, and that's pretty amazing. That's great. Those were not in those bags for a very long time, so those FRHs really did the trick. I didn't think there was going to be any problem with the FRHs, just simply because those things took off like little rocket ships, and that is just a big clump of rice in there, regardless of how much kneading I tried to do to it. Ooh. the rice brick. So there's like a yellow, whether that's cornmeal or some other kind of grain. I'm not 100% sure. God, that rice is so hard. It amazes me that the Chinese rice is this hard and just kind of crappy. I mean, I haven't tasted it yet, but the rice in the South Korean rocks, man, that rice is amazing. Like, this hunk of rice just wants nothing to do with breaking apart. Maybe that's what you do. You just get in there and just smash it up with your hands. All right, well, I've played around with that rice long enough. It's time to get our fragrant fish pork out onto the tray. Well, if nothing else, our fragrant fish pork heated up well. That's always a good thing. Ooh. Ooh. Uh-oh. Take a look at that. Alright, before I dump that on there, I'm going to get a taste of this rice. Just to get a taste of it to see what the rice is like by itself. The rice isn't bad. It's very plain rice, which is kind of what I was expecting. Nowhere near as good as the rice from South Korea, but it's acceptable. I mean, you kind of just, it's rice. That's really what you got. So let's get this mess out of here. Oh. For some people, that might have been appetizing, but I'll be honest with you. For me, that whole first hunk of seaweed that came out of there was very, very not appetizing. I don't like seaweed at all. And I have a... Is that seaweed? What is that? What is that? That... I have no clue what that gelatinous mass is. What? Oh. God, I really wish I knew what that was. Oh, no. Damn it. This is kind of back. I'm back to the squid moment where I was like ready to cuss it out. Oh, man. That is gelatinous and weird. I have absolutely no clue what that is. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle. Oh, God, it's falling. I really, really wish I knew what that was. Oh. So, looks like we have some carrots chilling in here. I'm thinking this is a noodle. Just grab that and see what we got. Nope. That is definitely some kind of vegetable. Maybe bamboo. Of course, I've never seen bamboo bend like that. I don't have anything against bamboo. It's not too bad. Definitely have a lot of shredded carrots in here. There is some pork floating around in here, very small bits. So it really looks like whatever this vegetable is, which I don't know how to identify, so forgive me for that. But it's very crunchy. It doesn't taste bad at all, so I'm down with the vegetables and the carrots. It's these black things. What are these gelatinous, weird black things? If anybody knows what the gelatinous, weird black things are that I'm about to eat, please post that in the comments. I'd like to know what I have eaten. It's not that I'm not going to try. I'm going to try one. It could be some kind of mushroom that just turned really gelatinous in here. Some are going to get a taste of this spicy sauce. I do like spicy food. I don't like Tabasco sauce, as you guys know. But we'll give it a sniff check first, and we'll definitely say that the sniff check was not appetizing on this stuff. It's very salty and smoky. I mean, I'm positive that it's not meant to be eaten right off the spoon, so I get it. It's not super spicy. I don't know why they're calling it spicy sauce, but we're going to mix a little in with everything here. Very salty and savory and smoky. Certainly would help with the abundance of rice and the lack of sauce in this main. It looks like you're going to get a lot of plain bites of rice. It would certainly have been nice if the rice separated easier, and that would allow you to really add that spicy sauce to the rice without too much trouble. As it is right now, if you really wanted to mix that spicy sauce in with the rice, it would take you forever. The meal would be cold by the time you got it done. So we're just going to try to mix a little bit in the main here. I'm going to go ahead and get a big old bite. We're going to save that black gelatinous thing for bite number 2. I'm going to give bite number 1 an honest try here. Get a little bit of everybody on there. Let's check that out. You know, I know there's pork in there, but I certainly don't taste it, which is a bummer. This wouldn't be a go-to meal for me. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever had, but it's just not great. I think I would have preferred to just eat the rice on its own. This main isn't all that great. So if I were starving, I could certainly eat this, but this wouldn't be a go-to meal for me. It's not hateful. It certainly has some kind of fish flavoring in it, which is probably why I'm not really crazy about it. So if you like seafood, you might find this pleasing, but everything in the main has the same flavor. So from one bite to the next, the only thing you're really tasting is a little bit of the spicy sauce when you get it, which does give it a nice salty, smoky flavor. No heat though. But as far as like the main, it all tastes the same. It just, like texturally, it's different from bite to bite with these hunks of vegetables in there. Has a little bit of a vinegary taste as well. That's not bad. I mean, I actually prefer them putting vinegar in it just because it's a good preservative. This thing, though. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. What is this? Oh, my God. All right, so I guess I'm just going to suck it up. I'm going to eat one of these black things. I'm really hoping this is a mushroom, but I honestly have no clue what it is. I don't think it's seaweed. It's way too thick and gelatinous for seaweed. But it just kind of jiggles around. It's really odd. I just got to get over it, put my big boy panties on, and eat this weird gelatinous thing. So I guess we're... And then we did this. Oh! Oh. Why is there no drink with this damn thing? Okay. Let me get this. So, this is a texture thing completely. It doesn't really have its own flavor. But this is a texture thing. This is like... I don't know how to explain it. Like, if I knew what a booger felt like, I would think that's what a booger felt like when you ate a booger. That's nasty. It's got this weird gelatinous texture. I don't know what it is, but I can tell you this. That is not my jam. Like, I don't want to eat any more of this gelatinous weird thing. Like, that's not for me. Please, if you know what this is, tell me in the comments what gelatinous weird thing I just ate. I have no clue what it is. I just know I don't want any more of it. That is not a texture I can get behind in any way, shape, or form. It's just really weird. I don't even want to try to combine that with any of the other items in here to see if it works better, just because it would blend in. I don't want to blend it. I don't want to eat it at all. That was really, really odd. We're gonna see if we can't kill some of that fish taste with some more allegedly but not so spicy sauce. We're just gonna kind of pour it on there. We're gonna get our spice on, because this does have a fishy taste, and as you take more bites of it, that fishy aftertaste kind of just keeps coming back. And I burped up a little bit of that fishy aftertaste, and I really wasn't all that happy about it. So I'm going to try to kill that fish flavor with the spicy sauce. I don't know why that you would have a pork dish and flavor it with fish, whether it's a fragrance or a flavor you're adding to it, if you're adding fish oil or something to it. I know fish oil is supposed to be good for you, but no thanks. I'll take that in a pill form. I don't want it in my food. That's just kind of weird. That might be why they put the spicy sauce in there. Maybe if you're not a big fan of fish, they give you the spicy sauce, and it just kind of gives it a salty, smoky flavor and kills the fish flavor. You know what's weird is, the more I eat of this, the less I actually like it. Like, the more I eat of it, the flavor is just kind of, I don't know. It's not bad. It's edible, but it's not good either. Guess I could try a bite of it with this pickled cabbage or pickled vegetables. That might help spice it up a bit. Oh. Let's give that big messy bite a go. Bite? Your bite? You know you want one. The pickled vegetables are okay, but to be honest with you, this main kind of has a little bit of a vinegar background to it. So that really didn't do much. It just enhanced the vinegar flavor. It wasn't bad. I mean, the whole thing is just kind of ho-hum as far as I'm concerned. So adding the pickled cabbage to it really isn't helping or hurting. It's just all kind of there. So, I mean, you know, let's be fair. I don't have the most advanced taste buds on the planet. I'm not so worldly that I've tasted food from all over the world and I know what's the best of the best. But I do have taste buds, and they're not exactly happy about this main. They're just kind of, my taste buds are just kind of like, okay, buddy. If you really want to eat it, we'll deal. That stuff, that black weird shit, no. The only thing I want in my life that's that gelatinous is Jell-O. That's it. I don't know of any other food that I want to be all wiggly and jiggly like that. That thing was weird. I'm never eating one of those again. Those things are like something you find floating in the bottom of a dumpster after a hot summer day. No, and no. I guess we've gotten there. You guys have waited patiently enough to see me try one of these quail eggs. To be fair, I like eggs. So it's not as if this is a completely disgusting concept. I just think that the way they're packaged and the way they came out of the package makes them just look kind of skanky. And I don't know, having a hard time getting over it. So, down the hatch with some quail egg, I guess? Oh. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm pretty sure that they are bad. Like rancid bad. Oh, I mean, God. That is the worst. Let me see if I can take a bite of this pickled cabbage and get that filth taste out of my mouth. Oh my God. Okay, guys, if there's not any more videos after today, it's going to be because I died from food poisoning from that. That is super hideous. That had a sickly sweet perfume and trash taste. Like if you were to take perfume, trash, juice, and sugar, mix it all together, form it into this weird shape, that's exactly what that tastes like. That's horrible. Like at some point, that package spoiled. Those are filthy. That's just a bad idea in a ration. Like a whole egg from any creature on the planet that hasn't been freeze-dried like that one, that is a horrible idea. What the hell were you thinking? Maybe quail eggs are great in China. I get it. Maybe it's a cultural thing. But putting it in a ration? That's a shit idea. Like absolute garbage. That tastes like a mouthful of garbage. This ration is in date. It expires the middle of this month. They shouldn't be bad. They certainly are. If they're supposed to taste like that, shame on whoever put that in a goddamn retort pouch and decided another human being should have to eat that. That's filthy. Maybe they've gone bad, but whatever. That's a really, really bad idea. Just put some damn beef jerky in there if you want to give somebody a protein boost. Killing me with quail eggs. Killing your own soldiers with quail eggs. Like if I was a Chinese soldier, so like all the calorie and protein content that are in those is now gone from my daily intake. So well done. Like, wow, that's super foul. That's disgusting. I bag on US MREs a lot. I would take a US MRE over this dumpster fire any day.
You know, how bad those things are just makes me worry about the rest of this meal. I'm just kind of done, guys. And that thing, when it hit my mouth, it instantaneously just turned to paste. Just like that. Like it was, as soon as it hit the saliva in my mouth, it just like started to dissolve. That creepy, sickly, sweet dumpster taste just started to spread around my mouth. I had to just eject that. That was not staying in. We're going down. Well, everybody, thank you for joining me on this adventure. So this is not a menu I'll be exploring again in the future. If you like dumpster juice, this is the ration for you. I can't say that everyone was going to be like that, but considering this thing is in date and still had like dumpster juice quail eggs, I'm not real excited about the opportunity to get another one of these. I'm sure this ration had a long, hot journey from the Philippines where I purchased it from. You know, and no one in 2024 is gentle with anything that you ship. They always kick it around like a football. This thing just wasn't for me. Mixing the flavor profile of fish and pork together, just not a great idea in my opinion as far as my taste buds are concerned. But guys, if you've watched this far, I really need your help. I have a lot of views on my videos and my subscriber count is pretty small. It takes nothing for you guys to hit that subscribe button so you get notified when I have a new video out. Otherwise, it costs you $0. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel. Come back and watch some more. I'll say some snarky stuff, some stupid stuff. I'll mispronounce some stuff. It'll be funny, if nothing else. But thank you guys for joining me here on Ration Nerd. Don't forget, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, eat 'em up.